Namaskar and welcome to this new exciting show of Sattology, debunking mythology. I have a very special guest today, and he has joined us right from Kolkata, India. And it's a real honor to know him. I know him for many years, but I think we are speaking for the first time today, face to face. And sometimes when you meet people who are organizing, taking initiative, in spiritual activities, you may find them very inaccessible sometimes. But this gentleman from India is supremely friendly and very accessible. And the kind of work that he has done for his own community is remarkable. If we can copy him in the US, because we need these kind of people here for our societies also, that will be a great honor. So without delay, let's welcome Radha Raman Prabhu from Kolkata.
Hare Krishna.
Namaskar and Hare Krishna. So, before we start off, can you tell us about yourself, what inspires you, and what you do? For viewers who don't know, he's the president of a temple in India, and he does services to the society. So, can you tell us about yourself and what motivates you?
When I was a student, I had many questions that who I am and things like that. But then my father has a business, so my father told that I will like that you study abroad, and then after coming from there, then see your business and develop your business like that. So then I was good at studies, and then I had got a good score here also. I could have got admission in IIT Roorkee. But my father, he wanted me to join his business, so he encouraged me to go abroad. So I got admission in Moscow State Technical University, and then I went there in '93. So that time, first year I was in a very small town, Voronezh. It was around 12 hours from Moscow. And when I had arrived there, one evening, our colleges was not started yet. So one evening I was sleeping in my room, and suddenly I heard kirtan voices, Hare Krishna, and I thought that maybe some other Indian student is playing a kirtan or a bhajan. So I was just looking for the source from where it is coming. Then soon I realized that it is coming from outside my room and from the road. And then I ran outside and I saw there Hare Krishna devotees for the first time. I never knew that this kind of like foreigners also practice. So it was a complete surprise. And then later on, I came to know that they are Hare Krishna devotees. They worship Krishna. They chant Mahamantra and all that. And then I went to temple, and then slowly I started going there. And then I found that these Russians, they are very successful in their own fields. They have a good family. They are beautiful. They have a successful career. Many of them were professors. Many of them were businessmen. But still, why they are following our culture, our religion? Next year, I came to Moscow. And then with my studies, like whenever I had time, I used to go to temple. Because I was fortunate also, because as you know, there are no parents in our student life, nobody to see us. And there were like many of our friends, because there is freedom, nobody is seeing. So they fall into different habits and all that. Although they think that they're enjoying, but a person who is seeing from outside, he can see that they're suffering actually. Many, they used to drink, and then they used to fight with each other, and very serious fights. But I was fortunate because I had got that connection. So I used to go to temple and read books and join kirtans. So it gave me a direction. And I am very thankful because not only I got a gold medal, I topped the university, but also my health was good. One of my classmates, he got AIDS. So, seeing his condition, I was very thankful that this mantra is saving me, and also I can feel that I have a clean life, I have an organic life. And then I came back to, I worked for some time. I came back to India, and then this like my I joined my father business for some time, but again and again this pulled me towards spirituality. Like okay, if anyway, like like we have to survive in this world, so we have to do something. And I am a grihast. I got married. I have children. But same time, I made an arrangement in such a way that my family needs is taken care of, and most of time I can serve society. Like we have a very big midday meal going on here in Kolkata. We are serving almost 15,000 students here daily in Kolkata,
Wow.
and things like that. So it gave more satisfaction. So that's how I got connected, and then what I'm doing now.
Yeah. So viewers, so for the viewers, midday meal is like is a free food distribution, and every day, right? Every day you have in
Yeah,
the.
every day, like every day from Monday to Friday, we are cooking hot meal for 15,000 children here in Kolkata. And then we supply to their place, to their school, to their homes. And it is very nutritious meal, and it's very hot and cooked in a very safe and hygienic environment.
And 15,000 meals a day.
Yeah, this is only from Kolkata, and
Only.
our organization is doing like Pan India. We are serving 1.5 million students every day. So
Yeah.
it's a record in itself. So I am very happy that at least from Kolkata I can do something.
1.5 million meals a day. Wow. And if you know that Radha Krishna Prabhu, I was one of the I was helping him when we started midday meal.
Oh, Jay,
Before it became ISKCON Food Relief Foundation.
Jay,
So
Jay.
so now tell me one thing. You are the president of a Hindu temple, and you are serving 15,000 meals a day, which is practically a big record for Americans because of the population here. Now, how many sections of society are you able to touch in Kolkata?
Uh, Kolkata, basically, we are focusing on municipal school. Municipal school is the place where most needy people, needy students, they come. Like poor students, they come. So we are catering to the most needy, those who need it actually. So and also like when this program was started, generally the poor student, the poor families, they did not used to send their children to school. But once this midday meal program was started, they started sending their kids to school because generally this poor families for them it's very difficult to feed even their children,
That's right.
and they used to make their children work so that they can earn for themselves to eat. But when this nutritious meal they started getting, then parents they happily they send their children to school, and it ensured that they also got education. In that way, they started getting educated also.
I heard some reports that these meals are even better than some five-star hotels in terms of nutrition and also the quality. Is that
Yes,
right?
yes, absolutely right. Because there's two things. Because when we, as a society, when we are cooking to offer it to God, to Krishna. So we can't serve Krishna anything ordinary. So we make it perfect. We put lots of ghee into it, and lot of sabjis, dal, pulses, everything. So it's very nutritious and very tasty also.
For some of the viewers who may not understand ghee is like clarified butter, and but I think it's becoming very common in the US also. Many people they in the stores, whole food markets, you can get ghee, which is mentioned GHEE. Now, coming to the you are the temple president of the temple, the local Kolkata temple, and you are known to be very close to Mamta Banerjee, the chief minister of Kolkata of West Bengal. So how does she help you in your services in the local area there?
She has helped a lot actually. Many people don't know about it. As you know that in Mayapur, Prabhupada had instructed his disciples that we should make a center where whole world can gather, and world can gather and chant the holy names. So for that, we were trying for last almost now 50 years, 48 years we were trying. And the governments, the earlier governments, they did not help ISKCON because there was one law which restricted our society to own more than 22 acres of land. And what was Prabhupada's vision? We needed a lot of land. So this land ceiling was the obstacle. So then when Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee came in power in 2011, so we start pursuing. And she was very helpful. She went to Mayapur in the year 2017, and immediately she instructed her officers to whatever obstacles were there to remove those. And then within 8-9 months, we got all clearances. Not only that, when we started registering this land, she waived the government fees also, which amounted to be more almost like if they would have charged, it would have cost us additional 500 crore rupees. It's a lot of money. So this is we are very grateful to her, in fact, and Krishna will surely bless her for this.
Yeah, thank you. I think the indirectly or directly getting service to Krishna is definitely helpful. It's Kolkata. The point of this program was Kolkata, the city of Prabhupada. So where he was born and he grew up, and so can you tell us a little bit more about Kolkata in relationship with Prabhupada? How did Prabhupada grew up there? Where did he grow up? Or do you have any artifacts from his city, like the Malik family where he came from? Do you have any artifacts that you have preserved for the future people to see them?
Prabhupada belonged to an aristocratic family. And in fact, actually, Kolkata is a very old city, but it became the capital of British Empire in India. So generally, Britishers, they claim that Charnock was the person who established the modern Calcutta. And Calcutta was made as per the layout of London. So it was very beautiful city. And it was Calcutta was capital for British India for most of the time. Only in 1911 it was shifted to Delhi. So when Charnock started this city to make his city, he invited few rich Bengalis from neighboring areas to live in Calcutta and to start business. So Prabhupada family used to live. His ancestors, they used to live in Adi Saptagram. It's almost like 1 hour from central Kolkata, one and a half hours from central Kolkata. So they were invited by British. So they came and then they built their houses. They built one temple in 1822, Radha Govinji temple in Bada Bazaar area. And Prabhupada was born in 1896. Just opposite, there is one building just opposite to that temple on Mahatma Gandhi Road. So he was born in 1896. And when he was 4 years, he used to go to visit Radha Govinji. And when he was 4 years, his father gave him identical deities as Radha Govinji, and he started to worship from his childhood. And then he started Rath Yatra when he was 5 years old. And whole family used to gather with their children, with Abhay Charan, Prabhupada. And they used to celebrate Rath Yatra. Then when Prabhupada was 14 years old, his mother left this world. And then in 1922, when Prabhupada was studying in Motisil school, and then Scottish Church College. Scottish Church College was very one of the most premier colleges of that time. And Prabhupada was topper in class. He was very brilliant student. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was his senior, 1 year senior to him. He's very well known freedom fighter. And Prabhupada also, that time during his student days, he used to follow Mahatma Gandhi. And because inspired by Mahatma Gandhi, he refused to accept his degree. He declined to accept his degree in protest of British rule here in India. And then eventually in 1922, one of Prabhupada's friend, one day when they were walking near one Ultadanga Junction road, so his friend told, Abhay, here is one very spiritual person very close by. Let's go and meet him. Prabhupada was a little bit reluctant because he has some impressions about sadhus that, because he has seen some sadhus that they used to smoke or things like that. So he was not very sure if he will go or not go. Then his friend practically dragged him, and then they went to one two-story building, one Uttadanga Junction Road, and they went to the roof of that building, and there was Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, one of the most foremost scholar of that time. He was sitting with his 3-4 disciples. So they prostrated him themselves before him, and even before they could, rise and sit, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj told Prabhupada, saying Prabhupada, you should go to Western world and preach the message of Gita to the Western world. Prabhupada was taken back. He was very surprised that we don't know each other, and he is giving instruction to go to Western country and to preach a message of Bhagavad Gita. Then Prabhupada asked, but Swamiji, India is like first India should get independence, and then we should go and preach. Because who will listen to a country like us who is not who is struggling for independence? So Bhakti Saraswati Maharaj replied, actually the message of Gita is so much important, it's very important, that it can't wait for any temporary situation in this material world. Like we don't know when we'll get independence, we don't know. But this message is very important, and this message has to be told now, because the different situation of this world can always be, there will be difficult situation or bad situation. So if we wait for a situation to improve, then we'll find I will not find time for this message. So like Prabhupada was very impressed with that reply. And slowly, Prabhupada, he was a grihastha at that time. And eventually, like one day, Prabhupada used to translate Bhagavad Gita. So he has that script kept in his almirah. So one day when he returned from work, he asked his wife, where he was searching for his scripts. Where is my script, Bhagavad Gita translation? And his wife said, I sold it. So he was very surprised. He sold it? Why? Because then his wife replied that I wanted to purchase biscuit for my tea. So Prabhupada then asks her that you have to choose between me or tea. And the wife replied, I choose tea. And that was the time when Prabhupada, he took one bag and he left his house forever. And we know rest is history. Prabhupada, he translated Vedic scriptures for many years, staying in Vrindavan. He stayed in Jhansi also. And then someone gave him a ticket on a cargo ship. And with great difficulty, he arrived in USA. And the rest is history. I think the audience know about the rest history, what happened.
Yeah, I think he first came on the book on the Boston Harbor, and then from there he came to San Francisco, Pennsylvania, New York, And I think for viewers, if you are interested in knowing more about this person, you can also visit 26 Second Avenue in New York. There's a museum there. It's called the Matchless Gifts Museum. And also there is a Bhakti Vedanta Park, also in the Tompkins Square Park, which is Bhakti Vedanta tree. You can go under the tree and visit the tree also. Now coming back to Kolkata, you have done such a good work in Kolkata that you have been able uh, to like, for, especially when someone attacked in Kolkata on your work, or the deities and the temple, especially Krishna. So you were able to oppose that in a big way, and I think that energized the whole youth community in India on the social media as well as outside the social media. Can you explain us what exactly happened there and how were you able to defend yourself?
Actually, there's 3, 4 cases when I saw that how Krishna saves also. There was like there was some goons who wanted to kill us also, but in 3 cases we saw that in very short time, they got ill and they died. Also, 3 people they died. They wanted to attack Krishna's temple devotees. So it happened. So one instant in one instant, one instant, we were making boundary wall for our temple, and some goons they came, and then they attacked. They started demanding money. Okay, you have to pay money and all that. But we told we are, we don't have money, and this is Krishna's place, and why we should pay? Like, this is our land, and we are doing the right thing. So they attacked devotees, and devotees they got injured. But then after a few days, we heard that the person who has attacked, he had accident and he became paralyzed and like that. So law of karma is so powerful sometimes that it gives instant reaction also. So all this gave us faith that we should be fearful, we should be doing the right thing, we should not harm anybody, and law of karma is there. God is there to protect.
So one a little bit. So when you talk about law of karma, does it mean also that people should not do anything, or people should do their best and then depend on the results? What is your opinion there?
No, we should definitely do, because what decision we are taking now, our current action will make our future karma also. So what we are like, we might be getting reaction for our past thing or whatever fruits or reactions we are getting, but it is a simultaneous process. We should be always working. We should be always striving to do good. It doesn't mean that when we are doing, when we are working, when we are improving, then even suppose someone has a bad past or karma, but if we improve, especially when we become, we try to come closer to God, then even bad reactions are taken away. Like if I am supposed to get a reaction for some my past deeds, but if I do good karma now, so it can be reduced also. And even if God wants, it can be, it can be removed completely also from getting that reaction.
So one of the audience is asking questions to us because some of them they have heard Krishna for the first time. So they are asking about Krishna. So just a little bit explain. Krishna just means is another name of God, or one of the principal name means all attractive, which is anyone can call God as Krishna. So now coming to our point about your services to the society, you have great statistics. You're serving 15,000 meals a day. You are protecting an institution, and how many people? What is the how many people get connected to the temple that you have in Kolkata?
We have a congregation of 10,000 people.
10,000.
So, yeah, and Mayapur is very close by, 2 hours journey from here. So 10,000 is Kolkata congregation who are regularly connected, and we have like live members 3 lakhs 300,000 life members in Kolkata. So life members are a well-wisher of ISKCON, and 10,000 congregation means those who are initiated and who follow all rules and regulations.
So like that is a core group you have, and 300,000 is a reach in Kolkata.
Right, right.
And the biggest thing is the chief minister of that entire state is your friend. So
She is very, very helpful, and she has always helped our temple. Yes. When whatever way we wanted out, she has helped. Yes.
yeah, we in my opinion, like we have to see positive in every situation and just work with it. And sometimes it gives you more and more opportunities also. So has there been ever time for you, the most challenging time, where your faith has been tested in Kolkata, in your service in the temple?
Uh, Actually, my faith has increased with each incident, and you can see the hand of Krishna. Krishna is, you can feel it. Actually, when we start serving, then God gives that experience, that how He is standing behind all of our, every act and whatever we are doing. Actually, God is doing everything. We are just as representative. But you can feel it when you are doing something for God. And in Calcutta, especially in Calcutta, there has been very difficult situations when we thought that maybe I will not survive next moment. And then you suddenly find that, everything just is okay, and everything is okay, and then you can realize, okay, it's not because of me. Somebody is there who is protecting, and so your faith increases, which passing time, and you can become more brave, and you can do, you want to do more. Like that.
Yeah, once you are working on it, and then gradually you start living in it. So you mentioned very important point that with the adverse, with the challenging situations, your faith actually increased, not decreased. And there are many people, and I call them WhatsApp artists. The people who are just spreading rumors. They talk as if the whole world is falling apart all the time. And here you are in the middle of a situation which you have the real challenges, and your faith is just increasing. So like you have become like a role model for so many other people who actually give up. So what role does you told the history of Prabhupada also, how determined he was, perseverance, patience, all these are good qualities. So what role does faith play in increasing the perseverance and also the tolerance of adverse situations, and at the same time keeping determination very high?
We have to understand that we are a spiritual soul, and nothing can destroy us. That is the basic thing. Like Gita starts with that. First, in all situations, we have to realize that I am a spiritual soul. Not corona, not war, nothing can destroy me. And even when I was in Moscow in my initial days, 94, like I just got connected with ISKCON 1 year back. And in 94, devotees, they used to distribute books. So I also thought that let me go and distribute Bhagavad Gita. So I went alone to a market, big market. So there I was distributing, selling Gita. So suddenly two policemen came, they caught me, and then they took me inside a police van. And I don't know, they started beating me. So that time I was a novice, but I had started reading Gita. So then I just remember that verse, that I am soul and I am not this body. I just started remembering that. So although they were beating me, but soon I didn't find any hurt, and I was just shant. I was just normal. And after some time they released me. But then it gave me faith. See, everything, actually everything is in mind. If we try to perceive a pain, you will perceive pain. If you try to perceive, happiness, you will perceive happiness. It is how we see. Actually, we have identified so much with our body that we take, all the pains, whichever is happening to body, as ourselves. Like a driver in a car, when you are attached to your car, like if you have a very expensive car and somebody hits your car, then you immediately, why did you hit me? But we are not that car. Car is different, I am different. But since we are very much attached to that car, we feel the pain. But if you're not attached to your car, suppose an old car, and somebody does, then it will not matter so much. You know that I am okay, but they have dented my car. So I think if we slowly, so that experience gave me a lot of faith, and then I started practicing. Every situation, like many times it has happened in my life, 3 4 times, when I was thinking that maybe this is my last time, I'm not going to survive it. But at that time I start to remember God, and I surrender also, and whatever is needed I do. Like surrender means that I am not attached to my result, but I have to do the fight. So, but in each situation I see something changes, and somebody I am saved, like that. So it's a gradual process. Slowly one can, like the first thing in Moscow I experienced, and slowly the faith started increasing. So first we have to understand we are soul. Nothing can, even if I die also. Suppose even if I die, my body dies. I am not dying. Even I have to leave my body. Again I will get a birth. And if my karma and everything is good, why to worry? I will go. I will born. We will be born again somewhere. So there is no need to, so the Bhagavad Gita second chapter is very important. First, we have to understand that we are not this body, we are spiritual soul, and nothing can destroy us. Nothing can destroy us. And God is always with us if we remember God and if we are trying to be with God.
No, it's so true that you have said, and I think you sent a very important message to our audience also. Based on who you follow Prabhupada, and you sent a great message to our audience. So my last question, and I'll leave the forum to you as well. So how does your family support you in what you do?
I'm very fortunate. My whole family supports me, and that's why I'm able to do what I'm able to do. My wife is very supportive. My children are very supportive, and of course, I also give time to them. So, but everyone cooperates, and main thing is that we should be very truthful to each other, and we should take care of each other. So I have to take care of my family. So it's a reciprocation. So we have to also like see what they need, and it's just I'm very fortunate in that regards to that regards. Yes.
Thank you so much, Radharaman Prabhu, and it's a real honor to invite you on this show. And you're a great inspiration for many people, and also for the viewers. We will keep on inviting him back for other interesting topics that he's doing, especially the midday meal, where many people are interested to know more about it, and also about Mamta Banerjee, because that is one topic which the American Hindus are a little bit confused on, and they should know more about her as well through you. So with that, we come to an end to this show. Thank you all of you for watching, and Namaskar and Hare Krishna to